Welcome, Legends fans. It's your boy Beacon. I'm back once again with some more Legends news for your entertainment. And today, let's talk about the recent balance update to the game. Cards have changed. So some of you guys out there may have become more casual players like me. I've been slowly just playing more casually than playing like the hardcore every single day for multiple hours while streaming. And with that, sometimes you don't get the newest news on Reddit, Twitter, and I'm here to fill in some of you guys out there who might have older decks like Scout decks that might actually need to be updated now, because there are definitely some big changes for some core cards in Legends. So let's take a look at these cards and give you guys my opinion at more as a recent casual Legends player. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get back into it. I'm getting back to it. That's why I'm here making this video for your guys' fun. So first of all, let's talk about the first card that I think is gonna be a big change is Drain Vitality. So the level 3 version of Drain Vitality now only targets one lane. As it says, give all enemy creatures in a lane -2. So, why I think this is so damn interesting for me is like, and now it's more like Dawn's Wrath. This is what the developers have said as well. You have to be very selective on which lane you want to clear, and it doesn't make it have a whole entire crazy board-wide impact like it usually did when you were playing out with Word Wall, powering up your Drain Vitalities very quickly. And it's going to be interesting. We'll see what people do with the Scout decks or other decks that incorporate this card and how effective it's going to be going forward. But I think the -2/2 is still very good for one lane. I think it's very powerful, and I think this card is still going to see a lot of play. As I mean, because it didn't raise in Magicka cost, it makes it still very viable to me. It just may not be the saving grace to wipe out a whole entire board unless you have 2 in your hand and have a SharePoint Dragon on the field. But I still think it's a very powerful card, and I think this is actually a very good change for the game, making it more in line with some of the other shouts in the game, because some of the other shouts are just not that powerful. And because this was one Magicka, it just made it feel like such a powerful card with Word Wall in play. As you guys know, Word Wall was one of those cards that once it came out, I crafted 3 premium versions of it right away, because I just thought this card was unbelievable. Like, wow, this card is 0/4 with guard, and it powers up these crazy shouts. And I was like, with Drain Vitality, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I can't wait to see what people do with Drain Vitality going forward. I see no reason for anybody not to play this card going forward. I think it's very valuable. Just taking a quick look at it. Of course, I have to get in there and have some matches to see what it's actually like. Okay, we have Duke right here. Duke needed a boost. Like, yeah, this card was too easily taken out by the likes of lightning bolts. Like 2 fire bolts going to take this card out right there. So now by that 1 increase in health, it makes it a little bit more survivable. Your opponent's going to have to work a little bit harder to get rid of it, and it gives it a little bit more chance to actually use his ability. Still, though, its ability seems impressive, but it's just because it has to survive, I still don't see it's going to get a lot of play. I'm not saying it's not going to get any play. It's just that for what it does, the 1 health helps to stay alive, but it's still not, I don't think it's going to be the big enough push to see a lot of people start incorporating this in their decks. Of course, I'll give it a try. I'm sure a lot of people else will try to give it a try and see if they can keep it on the field to make the best use out of it. But still, like I said, we got to wait and see if it's going to really get a big push going forward, because now it has that 1 extra health, which does really affect its survivability. So I can't wait to see what people incorporate this with their decks. Okay. The powerful Hand of Goth. So this card is a staple. Like, you know, if you're playing, you see this in so many decks. It's almost an auto-include in these types of decks, basically, because, you know, before it was 5/5, Ward, Breakthrough, and Drain. Like, oh, my favorite way has been to deal with this recently. I've been playing a lot of control steal decks, just trolling people by stealing their creatures, and then using against this. I love always using like Arrest on this and then having it become unshackled using my, you know, my Des. So either ways, by putting it down to 4, that means that all you got to do is use like a Firebolt and a Lightning Bolt, and you could take this guy out pretty easily. Before, it would have to be like a Firebolt. Then you have to use something else, so like, you know, you need 2 Firebolts and Lightning Bolt. I'm just using intelligence, but basically less health makes it more being able to get rid of this card, especially because it's something with Ward. Let's move on to the next set of cards, which is going to be big for some people. I actually want to start talking about Tel Vos, because this is the one where I was just kind of like a little sad. I love this card. When this came out, I said this card was beastly. I said this card was just like almost an auto-included in many like mid-range to control decks. If you're playing aggro, you might not really need this, but there are some decks out there. I love this in control, bro. As a control card, it's just so good. And now it's making it interact more with other ward cards like Ward Crafter. Now you have to play a Ward Crafter once it loses Ward to give it Ward back. And I think that is cool because now at least it interacts with other cards that could reactivate its Ward. But in a way, I was like, God damn, it was so kind of OP. I really do feel like this card was kind of OP, so I understand them going ahead and changing it now to that at the end of your turn, if it basically has Ward, it could put Ward on your, your face. So it makes it a lot more easily taken care of by aggro decks. So this was my key card in many games to just slow down aggro decks while playing control. Because my whole point when I'm playing my Troll Steel deck recently is just like, oh, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, like that Firebolt, Piercing Javelin, cast into time. Just do everything I can to delay the game until I get to Magicka around 7 or 8 when I can start putting out some of my bigger creatures and start stealing stuff with the rest, and just start delaying the game until late game where I could just control the field, and I'll do a little bit of ramping because I'm playing Telvanni. I'll do a little bit of ramping along the way to get some more extra Magicka. So for me, my aggressive decks are going to have a harder time easier time taking this out, so it might be harder for me to play that deck going forward because this is one of the bigger cards that was in that deck for me, so it's going to be interesting to see how my opponents start dealing with this card going forward. Now, on the other side, well, one Magicka more for one of the most popular cards in the game. Is one Magicka really going to make that big of an impact? I actually do think it will. Is it going to stop the viability of this card? No, but you won't see as many played. Like, I've had many games where my opponent just has freaking 3 of them on the field. Like, just get that lucky. You have 2 of them really quickly. At least my opponent will be able to put these out as quickly. That's where I'm trying to say. Like, that's, yes, you could try to silence it. But, like, if you're playing a Priestess, and you have to get Priestess on the field to silence it, or if you're playing a support removal action, then you're not playing a creature. I just think the Crease in Magicka will give, well, slower decks a better chance to deal with a card like this or deal with your opponent setting up for a card like this. Now, this was actually a very interesting change right here. Mudcamp Merchant, reducing its health. I completely understand why they went ahead and did it, but I just didn't see it coming. This is one of those changes. I'm sure that it was hinted before, but I just didn't. Personally, somebody who hasn't been following every single Legends news, and I bet a lot of you guys out there who's just not been keeping up with everything on Legends like me and more casual. Like I said, I know everybody out there on Reddit and who follow Twitter all the time. You guys already know about all this stuff, but I'm just here talking to casual people like me who just may not have had the audacity to be following everything to realize, well, this one I didn't see coming, but I know why. It's easy to have a creature that can stay alive that gives you a card. Has 3 health. Now you can equip it with a item. You can boost it in many other ways because with 3 health, a Firebolt early on is not going to be able to take it out. And if you're playing if your opponent's playing a willpower deck and have Execute, do you really want to use an Execute on Mudcamp Merchant? But if you leave the Mudcamp Merchant there, it could get stronger potentially because it's a creature that's sitting there and it's a neutral creature. So if you're playing it in a neutral deck, well, that could be giving it a chance to get powered up by some of the other neutral cards in the meta. So yeah, I think this is just unexpected, but I have no problem with it at all. I actually really love this card because I will say more than half of the time that my opponent actually uses this, they just end up giving me a good card. Like, I have really good luck when I play it and when my opponent plays it against me. I don't know why. Usually, like, with so many other RNG effects, it just goes badly for me. But this one, it's just, I get lucky with this one, with the cards they give me. Alright, moving on from there, guys. Let's look at the next one. Now, this one is completely gonna screw some people's game because this card has been getting some great love right now, reactivating effects for a bunch of cards. Just get the cards out, boom, play this out. The one thing about it though is when people are going to play Uprising, it's usually not on turn 6. Like, it's usually not right. Like, well, I should say turn. When you have 6 Magicka, you usually don't play it the moment you get it, you get it in your hand. You set up first, you wait till you have enough creatures on the board. What this actually does is that the effects that you're going to get from the resummoning effect, right, triggering them again, it makes it so that it's going to limit your ability to play other cards after it. So you're not going to be able to play 2 of these in a turn at 12 Magicka. So that's what I really see this as. It's not that it's going to make people have to wait to use it a little longer, because the most matches I've played, once again, being just a casual, playing a few matches here and there throughout the week nowadays, is that hey, you can't use 6, I mean, you can't use 2 at 12 Magicka, so you have to ramp to actually be able to use it, or you have to have a way to reduce the cost of this card by playing one of those special cards that reduce the cost of the card. Now, the cool thing is it does interact with something like, you know, Thieves Guild Recruit now. It does because it's 7 Magicka. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to stop its playability. It's just going to stop certain things that people were doing with it before, like playing 2 at a time on 12 Magicka, which I've seen quite a bit. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that happen to you, but I've seen people boom, boom, right after each other. I was like, oh, well, all those summon effects just happened twice in a row. Like, that's pretty bad. So, here you go, guys. I'm being here with the Untitled Game Show. I'm sorry I've been off my game. I haven't been on YouTube in so long. Life and everything else just getting in the way. And, well, I just want to play some video games as well. Till next time, like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, and if you want to get updated and every time I upload a video, hit that bell icon. So YouTube has been doing some really weird things for us YouTubers. They don't like sending videos out to subscribers anymore unless you click that little bell icon and you click frequently. So they're not going to really send you an update on me releasing a new video unless you click the bell. So I don't know what's the point of you guys subscribing to the channel for Legends content, and now they're like, okay, subscribing is not enough, you have to click the bell icon. Oh, and then you have to click the frequency for the bell icon to be as much as possible. Like, what are you doing, YouTube? What are you doing? But yeah, guys, I've been having a lot of fun with Legends. I'll just give you guys a quick little look at the deck I've been playing recently. I'm not sure if you guys remember, a few weeks ago, I deleted all my decks, so I just really went ahead and started making different decks back again when I had time. And as you guys can clearly see, the deck I'm currently playing the most is Steal Yo-ish. And it's a 78 card deck because I just keep messing around with it. Something still. This card is so good. This card is so good in Control. Oh, I love it. I love it. I so love this card in Control. Like, people so much keep on destroying the Awakening Perfect instead of taking care of it. Don't, like, you know, forget the Awakening Perfect. Take this thing out. As long as it's exalted, or as long as there's an exalted creature, it just keeps on summoning those damn things up. I love Arrest. I even threw in the old school Thieves of Dreams. I only put in one in there because it really is not a great card anymore after it's been, it was got nerfed a few months ago, if you guys know about that. But I'll just go through the deck. I'm just real quick. I'll just show you guys. I'll show you what I've been talking about, what I've been playing recently. So the balance change is not going to significantly affect my playstyle, as you guys can see. Like, many of the cards I have in here didn't even get touched by the balance change, so I should be fairly okay. It's just basically, you know, Tel Vos. See, Tel Vos is the card in this deck that got affected. So other than that, and I really only need this card against aggro, against scout, against other things like that. I'm usually able to hold my own. And I've been playing with the, I just need one of these. This card is so much fun. People just never expect it. People just don't accept it. I love stealing people's stuff and using it against them. I so love it. So what I was actually using before, I was using Orb, the support cards to steal people's. But I was like, I don't like playing support with this too much, so I didn't want to play Orb anymore. So I was like, you know, let me try to figure out a different way. So I went ahead and soul summon one of these. I just love this card because it works so well. You hit somebody with a firebolt, execute, you play out a lot of different cards here, and then you just steal a creature immediately and get to use it. If I can't, then it just works as a basically a very expensive, unfortunately, piercing javelin without the prophecy. But like I said, it's worked out quite well. I just used one, and it's just been fun. If you just want to steal people's creatures and beat people with their own monsters, it's been so much fun. That's what I've been doing, Hand of the Goth. Anytime people play out those cards, it's so good. You definitely need Ice Storm in a deck like this, because Ice Storm will save your butt against aggro so much right now. And you definitely need Necromancer. Necromancer is key to ramp up Magicka, because you need, well, right here, you need to ramp your Magicka up to use some of these late game cards right here to go into stuff like, where is it right now? Into Dark Rebirth, and you need the Magicka ramp to gain health back from right here. This is a key card in the deck because you're going to be using Dark Rebirth from this to give it drain if you need to get health back, or to get card draw to get it to be exalted. But this is not a deck review video. I just love talking about Legends, and this is always what happens. I thought I was going to end the video, but here I am, still talking about this game that I still enjoy. Wow, how long have I been playing it since release? Wow, it's a long time, man. Since closed beta. So, BK here on Untitled Game Show once again. I've been away, haven't made a YouTube video in way too long, so a little stuttery. I'm gonna try to make videos weekly. So, you know, you guys are going to see something on the channel. I promise. Can't promise every day. Can't promise every other day. But I'll try to do at least 3 videos a week. And especially when big news comes up with Legends, I'll try to upload stuff for you guys soon. So, probably look for the next video on Wednesday. And the next video after that on Friday. Streams, I won't make a promise yet. I just won't make a promise with streams yet. I'm really excited. I'm waiting for the Switch version. I really actually want to play the game on Switch. Like, when I'm out and about, I'm hoping the Switch version is faster than the phone version. Here I am, keep rambling. I'm hoping the Switch version is faster than the phone version, because I will just use 4G mobile data to my Switch when I'm out and about and play it on my Switch instead of playing it on my phone, because, man, does it start... It takes too damn long to open it on the mobile, man. It just takes too long. Later, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell. Hit the damn bell. It's YouTube's fault. Hey, guys, I know you already subscribed. I'm just seriously, it's YouTube's fault. You have to hit the bell now.